Well, hey everybody, welcome to Hat Hole Home Video. I suppose it's been a while since we've done a real, proper, honest-to-goodness thrifting video. Unfortunately, today I don't have time to hit up a bunch of our usual spots, so in the interest of hitting up a place where whether I leave empty-handed or with a literal truck full of stuff, there's always interesting things to look at and see from a wide variety of fun, retro, vintage categories. So today I headed to Savers Thrift Store. But before we get into all of the fun and games and silliness, one serious, sad little quick bit of business I do want to bid a fond farewell. The day that I'm filming this video, Road Warrior Animal from the Road Warriors, aka the Legion of Doom, joined his old tag team partner Hawk in that big squared circle in the sky. So it's very sad for fans of the good old days of wrestling. So rest in peace, Animal. But with that being said, let's go see what trash or treasures we might find at the thrift store. Well, it's such a nice day. I should have probably gone for a hike or done something outside, but thrifting. We have stumbled into an absolute glut of great cassette tapes. This Savers is really good. They always have a ton of cassette tapes. There's always interesting things to look at. Look at all of these Star Trek soundtracks. You got the Wrath of Khan. Did Khan have a rap in that one? I don't remember. 90210, the soundtrack. Thank you. Soundtrack of my life. Star Trek: The Next Generation. Once again, I don't really remember the score to that episode. Maybe they had little Boys to Men on there or something back then. I don't remember, but Star Trek 6, my favorite Star Trek. I feel like I just brought up the fact that Star Trek 6 is my favorite Star Trek, and now here's the soundtrack. Final Frontier, nobody's favorite. And of course, the Astral Symphony. And we got my favorite MTV Unplugged, 10,000 Maniacs. I still pop that CD in every once in a while. And a bunch of soundtracks. Nothing super exciting, except maybe La Bamba. I mean, you don't see Star Trek cassette tapes every day. I had to buy them, right? Alright, maybe I didn't have to buy 90210, but... And what to my wondering eyes should appear but Atari 2600 games. We've got Haunted House. This, I gotta say, is probably a first. I see these around Popeye. I see these around at Goodwills, at Half Price Books, other places like that, but I can't remember ever seeing them at Savers. Maybe those hefty price tags are the reason why. They probably won't sell, and then they'll probably just throw them in the garbage. Now, looking through the kind of usual PlayStation and some, kind of typical gaming stuff that is usually here, I find this. Daria's Inferno. Now, from what I can tell, I do not remember this from back in the day, but it looks like a Daria, I guess, kind of point-and-click adventure PC game based on the Daria TV show, which I was a huge fan of, and I'm honestly very surprised I didn't know this even existed, so this is incredibly cool. And oh my, a lovely little top-loader VCR, obviously meant to be paired with an old camcorder of the day, but just, this is what I come here for. This is the kind of stuff you see all the time, and here again, I love 80s kind of retro tech. I love that old 70s retro tech. Here's two beautiful examples of both of the decades' just incredibly, hideously ugly look that I love. And finally, I found a coffee cup big enough for my morning cup of joe. I'm very excited. That's a joke, folks. It's comedy. Now, I gotta say, this was very tempting. This Video Edit Master, it looks like basically a consumer-level home video editing bay. You'd have to have a couple VCRs, but you could basically do your own at-home, on-the-fly editing. I would have killed for this back when I was, a tween making movies with my buddies. This is the kind of stuff that I see, and it was probably expensive back in the day. Who knows? But you didn't see really this kind of stuff on a consumer level at all back then. So this was a pretty wild find. Oh, and when you find a case like this, something good is going to be inside. And yes, it is an old, I think, Instamatic camera. I don't, once again, I don't know a whole lot about this stuff, but I love the old tech. Here you go. This is it. Opened up. I mean, how do you not fall in love with this kind of stuff when you see it working? It's all mechanical. It's a piece of art, really. At this stage of the game, everything now is so cold. And here we have a little slide viewer. I don't know why I love these things so much, but I do. I don't even have any slides to look at them in, but I'm always drawn to them. This is pretty beefy. And we have a PlayStation 1. Timeout. This is a game that I love to play when I find a PlayStation at a thrift store, especially Savers for some reason, but this applies to PlayStations specifically anywhere you find them. I always find games still in the machine. So whenever I open one up, I always take a bet. What game is going to be inside? My money is on Jet Moto 2. And the winner is Tomb Raider 3. I was way off. Now, I don't know what it is, but this Savers always has really cool old stereo equipment, and this AM/FM receiver is just so wild. I love the look of the dials. I just haven't seen anything like it before. It's really great. And this is a little more typical of what you see here, but I suspect these two things probably came from the same house. They were kind of both in similar condition, but this is the AM/FM with the 8-track player connected to it. Both great systems. And then we did find here a couple little Palm camcorders, which it's funny because they're incredibly big by today's standards, but man, this was such a tiny little piece of video equipment back in the day. I love this kind of stuff. This other one here, if I pull it out, this is interesting. It's a Super VHS. It's an SVHS camcorder that uses SVHS-C tapes. So compact SVHS tapes, which I didn't even know were a thing. So yeah, very, very cool. Not in great shape, but I learned something. I get faced with this dilemma all the time. Here's a cool little baby Sinclair toy, and it's packed up in a bag with a bunch of stuff that I do not want. There's one little toy in here. So it's like, do I buy it? Do I buy a bag of toys that I'm going to throw the rest away? Is this little guy worth $1.99? I don't know. Well, in the end, I ended up not buying that little bag of toys just for one figure. But to be fair, it made it a little easier knowing that I had this waiting for me at home. And since we went to Savers today, I would be remiss, I don't even know what the definition of that is, but it sounds like I'm using it right. I would be remiss if I didn't bring up the fact that a few weeks ago at this very Savers, I bought literally hundreds of VHS tapes, sight unseen. They had just been donated. I said, make me an offer. I know you're going to throw a bunch of this stuff away. I bought it all, got home, we did a nice, long, super fun live stream here on the channel, looking through everything, and we found some absolute gems. I'm going to do a VHS pickups video probably sometime in the next couple of weeks, where I'll show more thoroughly the kind of the best ofs from that mystery unboxing, that 3-hour live stream that we did. But because we're doing a Savers video, and I found these at Savers, I should show you a couple kind of cream of the crop things. We found a bunch of 80s Betamax tapes mixed in with all the VHS stuff, and they are an absolute blast. So just to show you a couple things, here is Halloween on Betamax. Super cool. Maybe my personal favorite, Night of the Living Dead. I mean, aside from, a couple little dings and dents, it's practically, like the day it was bought. And then this, a big box, a big old puffy case, Betamax copy of The Exorcist. Super cool stuff. I will definitely show more of it off. I won't make you sit through watching a 3-hour unboxing, although if you want to, that would be really great for the metrics of the channel, if you know what I'm saying. Nudge, nudge. But no, we'll do a VHS, or I guess a video pickup video sometime soon, and I'll show off some other stuff that I've been acquiring over the last few weeks, and we'll do more of the best of those that big giant mystery unboxing. So that is going to be it for today. I hope you had fun tagging along to Savers with me. It is a ton of fun. It's a little, honestly, the thrifting is real hit and miss. It's a little dry, but there's always interesting stuff to see. So if you had fun, please obviously hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave a comment, let me know some cool stuff you saw. Educate me a little bit on the stuff I was looking at. I always appreciate it when you always know more than I do. I'm a big dumb oaf. So please always educate me, and I will catch all of you on the flip side. Bye-bye.